Well, thank you, everyone, for coming out to our third annual ALHANA graduation celebration. I don't want to take Adrian's thunder, so I will be brief. I'm so happy to see you all. The first thing I want to do is congratulate all of our graduates right up. You can't hear it? Right up top. There'll be a few rounds of this for you all, so bear with me. Again, this is something that we started to show our appreciation to our graduating students, particularly our students of color, to acknowledge their achievements and to recognize that they've accomplished something that not a lot of people get to accomplish. So as the Director of Multicultural Affairs, again, I want to welcome you all and say congratulations to our graduates. And with that, I will turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Miss Adrienne Williams.
Actually, I prefer Mistress of Ceremony, but it's all good. It's all good. It is hotter than fish grease, right? Oh. Okay. Back right to it. Welcome to the third annual ALHANA graduation celebration. We are thrilled to welcome our new students into the fraternity of professionals of color, and we cannot wait to see the wonderful and amazing things you'll do in your communities in the coming years. Some ask, why do we need such a ceremony? One that seems to separate at a time when there's an urgent need for us to come together. Our answer to that is a ceremony is a way to bring us together to celebrate the accomplishments and the things you have done to bring you to this point, and we want to make sure that that's recognized and that you're celebrated for that. Every person brings something to the table of value, and every person needs to be celebrated in doing so. However, none of our graduates got where they are today on their own or without sacrifice. Our ALHANA graduates have, at one time or another, ridden that emotional roller coaster, up and down, in and out. Let me off. I've had enough. I'm going home. I don't need it. I hate this place. So what do I have to do tomorrow? All of that. You've had to dig deep and reach high. You've had to face and overcome obstacles and challenges in the pursuit of the coveted college degree. From money trials to socialization issues, from the divisive national narrative to the bravado found in social media. Not only have our students sacrificed, but their families have too, and sometimes to the point of wanting to throw up your hands in defeat, as though there was a conspiracy designed to work against you and your pursuit of your degree. But tonight, this moment, this day, you're here. So that means what? You overcame all those obstacles and all those things that seemed to get in your way and all those things that made you feel like, I can't go another step further. You kept going, and you're here today. I want you to know that the faculty and staff on this campus, we saw you. We were behind the scenes rooting for you, pulling for you, advocating for you, doing all we can to help you get here. But you did the work. You went to the classes, you studied. You wouldn't ask that professor, what do I need to do to pass this class? So with that, there are a lot of faculty and administrators in the audience. The first, and this is no one thing against the other, but first I would like for all of the faculty and administrators of color to stand up. Yeah. They've experienced what you've experienced. We've gone through what you've gone through. Most especially Tiffany, because Tiffany didn't want to sit down and everybody else sat down. But I want to add something else. If you look around the room, there are not just faculty and administrators of color in this room. You have allies in this room who don't necessarily look like you. And those people need to be recognized and appreciated also. So I would like to ask all of the faculty and administrators in this room to please stand. All of us have dedicated ourselves to be of service to all students, particularly you. I just did that, okay. Did all of that. So, without further ado, I would like to call to the stage Dr. Greg Nair.
Kind of weird that she just disappeared behind me. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it, but I'll be anyway. Guys, congratulations, first and foremost. Perseverance, dedication, all of the things that Ms. Williams was just talking about echo for every one of you in this room and what you've accomplished today. Nationally, only about 25% of students of color have a college degree. That compares to 40% of white students. You guys have beat the odds, you are earning your degrees, and now you're going out in the world. And I can't tell you, having seen you here for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, I'm not looking at anybody in particular, that you guys have made it, to watch you guys over the last period of time and to see what you've been able to accomplish and see what you've done to this campus. I'm incredibly excited for what you're going to be able to do when you leave here. And I think that's the message I want to leave you with today. Your work has really only begun. Getting a degree is only a part of it. What you do, how you inspire others to make this journey and to complete their degree, how you inspire others to be successful and to be great, that's really your legacy. I hope that you have soaked up every bit of this experience while you're here, the good, the bad, the ugly, the frustrating, and the exciting. I hope that you're able to take that with you and be able to do great things in your neighborhoods and communities, because I know you will. And I hope that someday you're going to be able to come back here like one of our wonderful alumni who I just met and be able to come up here and talk about those experiences and inspire others to do this great things. Enjoy this. Enjoy today. Enjoy the next 2 weeks. Enjoy commencement in a couple of weeks. This is really your time to shine. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Nair. Now we will ask Dr. Shaw to come to the stage to do, okay, ABD Shaw to come to the stage to do our invocation.
My biggest fear was falling up the stairs. Hello, everyone. Man, I'm so happy to be here, and I feel so honored to stand in front of you all to talk just for a moment. I know that Alvin said I only have about 2 to 3 minutes, so I'll try to use my time wisely. So in the 15 minutes that I have, I just want to see if you were paying attention, so thank you very much for paying attention. Wow. But one thing that I want to do, just give me 30 seconds, and this is for the students, but I'm going to ask that all of you would help me with this, because I want to give you like $1 million mindset. I want to give you $1 million mindset. Okay, you ready? You have to do this with me. You have to participate, everyone, right? So this is what I want you to say. I want you to say, I am brilliant, and I can do anything. Wow, say it again. Wow, tell the person next to you that same thing. Wow, I'm so surprised you did that. I can't get my kids to do anything. You seem to be so friendly, so thank you very much. But I honestly believe that. But let me tell you something. Just because you said it doesn't mysteriously make it happen. But if you believe it, I promise you, it would change your behaviors. That's my promise to you. So believe that. Believe that you can do anything. Believe that you're brilliant. So thank you very much for that. So anyway, my job really here is invocation. So I'm going to say a prayer. So I'll ask all of you, if you don't mind, to bow your heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you would help us all to walk in wisdom and grace. We pray for spiritual eyes and discernment in all things. Help us to be wise leaders and influencers in this generation, not conformed to this world, but transformed by your power. We ask that you would equip us with all that we need to make a difference for your purposes. Help us to live as light in a dark world that so desperately needs to know your truth. We ask for your power to walk continually in honesty and integrity, Build within us a deep godliness that we would be more concerned about character than reputation. And now, Lord, we pray for these students. We pray that they would seek to bring honor to you throughout their lives, that they would have a vision and heart for the world, extend their boundaries and give them incredible influence with people and nations. Make their hearts and spirits open to every plan and purpose you have for them, and to be willing to boldly go wherever you call. And finally, Father, we ask for your blessings over this food. Please bless this meal, that the food would nourish us and the fellowship enrich our lives. Most of all, may we always invite you into our homes and into our hearts. And we thank you, Father, for all that you do. Amen. You don't have to clap, but...
Thank you. Oh. So at this time, we are actually going to pause for dinner. So I would like to ask the graduates, the celebrants, to go first, and then our guests will follow. Our guest speaker should lead the line. That would be you, Mr. Walker. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I haven't forgotten any of you, particularly you. I haven't forgotten any of you, and I am so proud. As you know, graduation is one of my, it is the favorite day of the academic year for me, and it's so great to see all of you here. Today, I'm here because I want to let you know about someone who has been here for all of us. You will find when you go out into the world that, as Dr. Neer said, there's not. You all think that everybody has a degree, but you don't. You'll be surprised to see the people who have degrees. You'll be surprised to see the people that you thought had a degree, and they didn't. I'm here to honor a person who was here when not a lot of people had degrees. I happen to know this person since the ripe old age of the 1970s, when things were a lot easier to do and you could drink when you were 18, stuff like that. And and I got to know this person because this person has been at Daemen since the 70s. I met him at another school when I was doing my first professional job. And lo and behold, when I got to Daemen, this person was here. He's been here all the time. He's been here for all of us on the stage. He's been here for me for many, many years. It is because of him that Daemen has a very strong service learning program. It is because of him that Daemen got the very first van to take people around to the service learning. It is because of him that many of us are here, because he has given us the strength and the support. He was here before we all got here. He'll probably be here when everybody leaves. But he has been there for all of us. He has fought for you guys even when you didn't know he was doing the fight. He was there for me when I first came on the campus. He was there for me when he just went all over campus and saying, yeah, I know her. She's here. I know that. And he's made it easier for all of us. As professionals, African American, Hispanic, he has been here for all of us. Joe Sanko has been teaching for hundreds of years. He'll probably go around teaching us for hundreds of years. He'll always be carrying a satchel with all this paper coming out. And even with all that, I'm often surprised that Joe Sanko has been here when many of us may have left. But he stuck around. Joe, on behalf of all of us who can say that the many times that you have gotten on our last nerve, but still in all, the many times that you have been here when we needed someone to talk to, we are so happy to give you the award that we so much wanted to for so long, that extends our appreciation to you and all you've done for us. We know that it has not been easy for you and many times, but still in all, you've been there. You've done it, and we just like to thank you so much. So we have a little something to give you, and Joe, please accept your award. This says to Dr. Joe Sanko, Daemen College 2019 ALHANA Distinguished Faculty Award.
Well deserved, Dr. Sanko, well deserved. So we're just going to give you a few more minutes to finish up eating, and then we'll get right back to the program. So stay tuned. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to keep moving on with the program for this evening. So we have an incredible, outstanding, amazing featured speaker, guest speaker today. I am just honored to be the one to stand here to introduce him. I'm gonna just read it. I won't get emotional. So this young man, Alfonso Walker Jr., is a graduate of McKinley High School, where he studied printing and graphic design, graduating in 2009. Upon graduation, Walker was later accepted to Daemen College. Attending Daemen was not his first choice. All right. But it was God's choice, one that changed his life forever. He earned a BA in psychology and theater arts from the college in 2013. At Daemen, he was actively involved in leadership roles and served as peer counselor, peer mentor, tour guide, member of the Daemen College's STEP team, president of Creative Minds Drama Club, and more. It's too bad you didn't get a chance to see him in Fences. He was, I mean, amazing. Yes, that's the word, amazing. During his 4-year course load, Walker struggled with a period of indecision on which career path to pursue. Even after scoring his first lead role in Creative Mind production Fences, it was not until later when Walker reappeared on the stage as Walter Lee in Raisin in the Sun. Another amazing performance. And decided to pursue acting as his career wholeheartedly in 2011. Returning to the stage that spring was with a renewed purpose and focus. Walker began auditioning around the city of Buffalo and earned lead roles in original productions and worked with countless theaters, such as Paul Robeson Theater at the African American Cultural Center, Alleyway Theater, and New Phoenix Theater. After completing college, Walker relocated to New York City to study acting. He is now an American Equity Actor for the stage, television, and film. That's a big accomplishment, y'all. That's a big accomplishment. Yeah. A Buffalo native, a Buffalo native, a Buffalo native. Currently residing in New York City, he made his television debut on the Investigation Discovery Channel. Evil Lives Here in March 2019, so just 2 months ago now. His latest stage credits include Native Son, producing and starring in The Dutchman by Amari Baraka, the MAAFA Suite, Mafa Suite, A Healing Journey, The Exonerated, and Water, a play telling the multi-generational story of water and its tumultuous relationship within the African-American community. Yeah, we know about that. Alfonso starred in Buffalo-Niagara's Film Festival award-winning feature-length The Glass Floor. He can be found on Instagram at A. Walker Jr. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Alfonso Walker Jr.
I don't want to fall out of Mr. Shaw. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Oh, gosh, man. I feel like I made it somewhere, for real. Yeah, thank y'all for having me, seriously. I don't want to say I made it too loud, because ever since I've been on TV, all my family members been calling, asking for money. I still ain't got it. Honestly, I just want my student loans to be paid in full, and I want to pay them and not have to check my bank account first. But honestly, I want to first thank God for allowing me to be here with you all this evening, because without God, none of this would be possible. And furthermore, thank you. I would like to give a special thanks to Mrs. Adrienne Williams. Yes. Whom I had the pleasure of knowing since I've been here at this college. And Miss Tiffany Hamilton. Ladies, I'm honored that you all invited me to be here with these young kings and queens on this remarkable milestone, honestly, because this is amazing. And thank you to Yolanda Morris, the Director of Admissions Events and Special Programs, Elvin Roberts III, the Director of Multicultural Affairs and Veteran Services, and Dr. Greg Nair, who is the VP of Student Affairs. Last but not least, I want to thank each and every one of you students, honestly, because you are the reason why we're here today, guys and ladies. Honestly, because without y'all and without your accomplishments and your dedication, your diligence, your discipline, your hard work, your consistency, we wouldn't be here. So tonight, we celebrate you all, and I want to applaud for you because congratulations, guys. Sir, applaud for yourself. Like Ms. Williams said, I want to be honest, Daemen was not my first choice. Being a student of color, African American, I wanted to go to an HBCU. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to go to an HBCU, but thanks to that lady, her name is, never forget her name is Mrs. Green. She was the financial aid lady at Howard University who called me on the phone and told me that she had misplaced some of my paperwork for my application and told me that she wanted me to resend in some documents. But then by the time I was supposed to send that in, I got this letter that said that I was accepted into Daemen, into the HEOP program from Sabrina Fennell and Beverly Weeks, which that changed my life. And I knew nothing about Daemen. I knew nothing about it at all. I told you I was going to an HBCU. But, honestly, Sabrina and Mrs. Weeks are two women who have been influential in my whole collegiate career. Like, without them two ladies, I would not be standing here today to tell you these stories or about my experiences on this campus. So I just want to give a round of applause to Sabrina Fennell and Mrs. Beverly Weeks. They had chose me. I was one of 20 out of like over 700 applicants. So, that made me feel real good that they had picked me. I mean, I knew I was great, but, when other people tell you that, it makes you feel real good inside, So, it feels like full circle to be here with you all tonight. On this stage is where I started acting, where we did Fences. We opened up April 9th, 2011. And I didn't know that I wanted to be an actor professionally because when I first came to college, I wanted to be pre-med and minored in psychology. But then, things happen, and then you got to take biology, and you got to take all those sciences. And after Bio 100 with Dr. Gunther, I don't know if y'all ever took Dr. Gunther, but Bio 100 with Dr. Gunther, I was like, you know what, this is cool, but I think I'm done with this. I want to do something else. But after that, I made up my mind that day, April 9th, 2011. I'd never forget it, ever. And that moment when I felt like I heard like the voice of God say to me that this was what I was supposed to do. And after that, I just ran with it. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. And it's funny because, that was a long time ago, but now I just feel like I'm just now getting started, whatever it is that I'm doing. And I remember there's one special person in particular, a dear friend of mine. Her name was Aisha Rudolph. Everybody thought she was crazy. But Aisha was just a little misunderstood. And a little bit of crazy. But she had this vision. And she kept saying she wanted to start this drama club on campus. And she's like, I'm going to name it Creative Minds. And I was like, oh, that's a cool name. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And she was like, our first play, we were going to do Fences, which was by August Wilson, one of the most renowned African-American playwrights in history of all time. And that year prior, Denzel Washington had played the same role that I was going for in 2010, Troy Maxon. And at this time, Aisha's like, you have to come audition. You got to audition. And I was like, all right, I'll come. But then, the day of auditions came, I forgot. And I was eating dinner at WIC, and I'll go down the stairs, and I see them in the alumni lounge. And I try to hurry up and run out the door. And she busts out the room, and she grabs me and hands me the script. Was like, this is what you're about to read, so let's go. And I'll go in the room, and we're going at it, and we're reading it, and she puts us in this line. And if you go to an audition, or if you've ever been into an audition, that's not how it goes. It's one person in a room at a time. But Aisha, she likes the intensity, she likes the drama, she likes all of that. So she has us on in a line, like going over different lines of the play, and she starts to narrow us all out. Like, okay, have a nice day. Okay, we'll get back to you. And by the end of it, it's just me and this other guy, Jim Jean Joseph. Jim Jean Joseph. Yeah, he graduated 1 year before I did. And so she's like, okay, now say this one line. And I'll never forget the line is, I don't want him to be like me. And she's like, so we're saying it. And then she's saying it with us, like she's auditioning too. And I'm like, you the director, girl. Like, what you doing? I don't want to be. I said, no, say it like this. Say it with your chest. Like, put some more in it. Say it like this. And we say it, and then, like, at this, she's like, okay, that's enough. We got it. And, like, fast forward to opening night, April 9th, 2011. Like, I walk out on this stage, and I look into the audience, and there's 350, like, plus people in this audience that night. And a student production. The first African-American play that's ever been brought to this campus. And I want to tell y'all, if y'all, like, nobody got to see the stuff that went on behind us putting on that play. They only saw us put on the play. But there was times when they was telling us we couldn't even have an all-black cast because it wasn't fair to the other students. We're like, but this is a black play. Nobody, I mean, they, like nobody else, they didn't come in audition or whatever it was. But you know what? Through the work of that, we worked around that with the help of Aisha and her vision. We made it happen, and we ended up. The person who played my best friend in the play, Bono, Troy's best friend, he was actually, a black man, was actually played by a white woman named Emily. She did a hell of a job, I'm not going to lie. She did great. It was phenomenal. And you know what? We was diverse. So whatever it was, And I just remember it was one point in particular when I was like, you know what? This is important that we do this play. It was one night where we were leaving rehearsals, and we walked downstairs, and all of our flyers are ripped off the walls, and they're torn in pieces. Some white students took the flyers, and they ripped them up. And at that very moment, like, you know what? We had this production meeting, and, some people were crying. I'm getting a little upset of just thinking about it. People were crying. Many people were offended. And some of us, we wanted to go retaliate. It was like, let's go rip their signs down. Let's go tear them down. But we don't know exactly, like, who did it, but we know who did it. And, at that moment, I was like, this black play is going to happen on this predominantly white campus. It's going to happen. We're going to do it, and we're going to do a hell of a job. We're going to kill it. And that's exactly what we did. In that moment when we walked out on stage, I realized that the hate and the ignorance, it didn't matter, because when I walked outside and I saw all those faces in the audience, I realized that was so much more important than all of that other stuff, and that these stories needed to be told, and it was part of us. It was our due diligence to do this, and we had to do it. And ever since then, like from that moment moving forward, I said that I'm using my arts to be able to tell stories for the black and the brown people who look like me, who talk like me, who act like me. I'm going to do it for us because we have to, especially in a place like this where some people are not exposed to people who necessarily look like us. They don't know where we come from. They don't know our culture. And it's not their fault, because we're all raised in different ways and we're all brought up in different religions and beliefs. And that's not to say that any one of us is wrong. It's not. But it's to say that, you know what, we have to come here together to be able to share these stories, so then we can all be in rooms like this where everyone can look different and we can still be here for a same cause. Because guess what? You are all about to graduate, class of 2019. Now, you all should be proud of that. Give yourselves a round of applause one more time. I want to tell you, ever since that day, like, honestly, like, I could never figure, like, I never wanted to do anything else. That was my passion. Nelson Mandela, whom I share a birthday with, July 18th. Cancers. Okay, girl, I see you. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one that you are capable of living. So in all that you do your best. No matter the naysayers, the critics, the doubters, the pessimists, your fear, trepidation, that doesn't matter, because everything will always seem impossible until it's done, until you do it. So don't be afraid. On this road of success, after you graduate, it don't just like get easier. You're going to have failures. Don't be afraid. Don't let it turn you away. Don't let it make you cower out. Don't let it make you run back to somewhere where you feel safe. Change is scary. It's supposed to be. It's new. It's different. You're going to feel new stuff, and that's good. I mean, you're paying attention. So don't let it stop you. It's not a failure. It's a lesson. Thomas Edison, the inventor who invented the light bulb and like many other things, he didn't create the light bulb until after 1,000 attempts. There was this reporter who once asked him, he said, how do you feel to fail 1,000 times? He said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb is simply an invention that took 1,000 steps. Never a failure. Always a lesson. You understand? Kings and queens, as you approach graduation, I want you to remember to celebrate these milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. Don't forget to enjoy these moments, because remember, at one moment, this day or these moments or this graduation is what you once prayed for. It's something you dreamed about. You yearned for it. So have fun. Remember, you wanted to get into a college. Then you got in. And then it got to like, oh, okay, I just want to pass my test and I want to pass these exams just so I can get these credits so I can get to that later goal, the ultimate goal of to graduate. Look at y'all now. Y'all here. You did it. Come on. That got to feel good. I feel good for you. Honestly. And I'm sure a lot of y'all don't look like what you've been through, because I'm telling you, my hardest moments was not in the classroom. It was the stuff that happened to me outside of the classroom. You know, the parties, the peer pressure, maybe drugs, drinking. I don't know what everyone is into, but at the same time, it's like those things like that keep you from, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this assignment a little later. Oh, I'm going to hand this a little late. Let me try to figure it out. Oh, I want to go to that. I want to do that. It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. I want to go to McDonald's down the street. Like, it's just certain things that you want to do. But you don't look like what you've been through. And one of my greatest friends, inspirations, I don't know this man, but his name is Malcolm X. And he said, in order to get something, you got to look like you already have something. Okay? Nobody wants to see anybody walking around saying, woe is me, this is that. Like, everybody has something that limits them from doing something else. And you know what? But you use that to your advantage. You don't use your environment as a way to make excuses. You use it as a way to get out, as a way to motivate, as a way to show somebody else, like, yo, this is where I come from, but this is where I'm going. You understand? And now you've met so many different people. You try different foods. You learn new words. Like, you've met people from different parts of the world, different backgrounds. You're more diverse in your action and your ways of thinking and the way that you speak. And it's a beauty in that. You're more mature, hopefully, most of us. You have a new sense of self-awareness, and I pray that it continues to develop, and I pray that it continues to grow, and may you flourish. Shine, King. Shine, Queen. As you should. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I was not always this mature. Some of these people in the room can tell you that. I did not always conduct myself accordingly, honestly, and we all know most men mature at a slower rate than females. It's a fact, but I learned. And one time in particular, I remember when I was going into my junior year, and I was a tour guide for admissions, and man, I loved it. Yep, I'm going to go there. I loved it, man. Like, you know, it was awesome. I was making money, and I was, like, showing new prospective students around the campus, and I'm showing them stuff. I got to go see some of the cadavers because that was the closest I was going back to science. I told y'all. Like, that was it. Giving those tours, I was like, I'm an artist now. Forget that. And but something had happened one time, and, you know, I personally felt that it was unfair. And I did what most millennials did at that time. I took to social media. And, you know, at that time it was Twitter. We used, like, on campus, we used Twitter a lot. Everybody, like, we was tweeting each other. Even if we was in the same buildings, we was just tweeting each other. It was, like, trying to see who can get the most tweets. And, yeah, come on. I know. Girl, I still tweet. Follow me, Mr. Walker Jr. And I won't say the words or the phrases that I had used at the time on Twitter about this certain circumstance because they probably escort me out the building right now. But long story short, my tweets were discovered by somebody in the admissions office. And my Twitter account was actually private. I never added anybody. I never hashtagged anything. I just wrote a series of tweets that I felt, you know, I was expressing myself. And, you know, somebody in the admissions office saw it. Like, maybe they was trying to sabotage me. I don't know. Maybe they tried to set me up. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they found the tweet, and there it was. So I remember one morning, I was going into the office, and I was about to go give a tour. And before I gave the tour, they had called me in, and they set me down. And on the table, just like this stuff is out there right now, was my tweets printed out. My tweets were printed out on the table. I promise you, no lie, this is a real story. Yolanda, you know what I'm talking about, girl. And I was fired right on the spot. They let me go because of those tweets. And it was important for me in that moment to admit to that to that situation. Like, yeah, I wrote it. I wrote all of that. I was hurt. I was angry, and that was the way that I felt like I was to, you know, release myself. And, like, you know what, this is my personal Twitter account. I could do whatever I want to. Who's going to stop me? Like, I'm not hurting nobody. But at the same time, we have to be conscious about what it is that we put out into the universe. And at that time, I didn't know. But from that day on, I learned a valuable lesson, honestly. And I learned that social media is a part of your presence, is a part of who you are. It's just as important as how you conduct yourself when you walk into a room full of different people. You know, it's an extension of who you are when nobody can see you, but they still see you. And I remember Ms. Weeks said that it's like you're in a fishbowl. Ms. Sabrina said that too. You're in a fishbowl. Everybody sees what you're doing. You can see the fish fly around. You see them swimming around in the tank. No matter what side you go on, you can see it. And that experience will never leave me. it always stuck with me. And now I remember, and now I am so much more conscious about what it is that I put out to the universe, or what it is that I want somebody else to see, because we don't know who can see stuff like that. Maybe a future employer, maybe a potential client, your grandparents, anybody. So I just want you all to think about what it is that you release into the atmosphere. Think about what it is before you press that send button. Think about what it is before you put that out, because the people that it can affect, you never know. Choose wisely. And as I get ready to close, I just want to say this. This moment, this is just the beginning. I promise you. Because when I graduated, I thought I knew it all. I knew nothing. I still don't. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. So what I can say is the things that I have learned since I graduated, it's be humble, be proud, feel good. You are about to graduate. Some of y'all are going to be the first ones to graduate in your whole family. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Break the cycle. Some of you are going to continue to spread a tradition. Keep going. Wherever you fit in between there, just remember that you decided to take this step of faith, and look where it led you. It led you on this journey like no other. No, Daemen is not an HBCU. Most likely never will be. But at the same time, you are here, and you made one of the biggest accomplishments that you can do in your life. And if nobody told you today, I'm proud of each and every one of you. And I don't know you. And I may not know your name personally right now. You can tell me after. I'll remember it. Honestly, but you should be proud. You should be proud. Congratulations. Take chances. Give love. Take care of your mental health, I promise you. And don't let nobody else tell you nothing different. Take care of your mental health. If you need to ask for help, do not be afraid to ask for help. If you need to talk to someone, don't be afraid to talk to someone. Honestly. Trust your instincts. Because you are divine. You are the walking embodiment of God's consciousness. You are the master of your fate. You are the captains of your souls. Give back. Use your words wisely. Speak life into existence, because there are power in words. You can tell yourself that you feel like crap one day and you go outside and you only spread crap. But if you tell yourself that you love yourself before you walk out the door in the morning, you're going to spread love. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Nipsey Hussle has said Nipsey Hussle said, would you rather be at war with yourself and peace with the world? Or would you rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world? You don't have to answer that right now, but you decide. Set boundaries. Everybody is not meant to go with you on your journey. I promise you. I bet you some of you do not have the same friends that you thought was your besties from when you came in freshman year. And then some of you do. But everybody didn't stick with you on that journey. Create the life that you want. You have a blank canvas. You can do whatever it is. Don't let nobody tell you which. It's 2019. You can do whatever you want. Okay? Turn your wounds into wisdom. If it did not kill you, it can only make you stronger, because you're still here. Live your life to the fullest, because you're only going to get one. I promise you. Denzel Washington has said that when you see a hearse, you don't see a U-Haul behind it. You can't take the stuff that you acquire with you to the grave. What good is it going to do? You dead. But what you can do is leave something here on this earth for other people to hear and for other people to see and for people to feel. That's what you can do. You can leave a legacy behind. Demand respect. Yes, we don't make some of the best choices sometimes. We don't do always some of the most perfect things. But at the end of the day, everyone demands respect. You are to be respected. You are a person. You are first a human being. You cut us all open, we going to all bleed the same, no matter the color, creed, nation, or religion, no matter what. We are all equal. And don't you ever let nobody tell you that you ain't, because you are. You become what you believe. There is power in the thoughts. There is power in the words. Touch lives everywhere, wherever you go. Build somebody up. Tell somebody they look nice today. You see a girl on the train and you like her eyebrows or you like her eyelash or them shoes that she got on. Tell her, that girl, them look nice. Or that brother that's dressed up and you may got on your sweatsuit that day. It's all good. Build that brother up. He might be going to a job interview of his life. He may be having a horrible day. You don't know. Build your brother up. Be prepared for what you ask for at all times. Because if an opportunity come knocking at the door and you talking about, hold on, let me put on my shoes, you can miss it. Because there's somebody already waiting. They see it coming up the driveway. They opening up the door. They already outside with their coat on like, what's up? I'm ready. Don't miss it. Be prepared for what you ask for at all times. Know your worth. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You define that. You tell them. And you tell them by showing them. You show people how to treat you. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And last thing, turn up. All right? Congratulations. Y'all about to graduate, class of 2019. Let's go. For real. But honestly, I just want to say, like, I wish each and every one of you peace, love, blessings, prosperity, wisdom, growth, financial freedom. I'm telling you, financial freedom is for real, okay? I'm for real. It's real. It ain't about just like getting rich. It's about being knowledgeable, knowing, building credit, having assets, owning land, owning property. Seriously. And that's all I got for y'all, for real, for real. Until we meet again. Thank you all.
On behalf of Daemen College, ALHANA, and the Arthur O'Eve HELP program, we would like to offer you this 2019 ALHANA Alumnus of the Year Award. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Listen, I don't cry all the time. That's why I make these people pay me for these tears, okay? That's why I'm an actor. Yo, honestly, I'm so honored to be here tonight. Seriously, y'all don't know. I went through so much stuff in this school, it doesn't even matter no more because you know what? I'm still standing here, and anything is possible. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not rich. I'm not famous yet. I'm like, you know, this stuff is coming. I'm grinding right now, okay? I'm grinding right now. And I just want y'all to know nothing is going to come easy. You got to keep going. When it get tough, you better not stop. That's when you push through for real. Go and get it. It's waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alfonso. That really was powerful, and I think you resonated really well with these new graduates. I hope that you all found a gem that you can take away with you all, and that he kind of hyped you up, because the last thing I heard is that y'all supposed to turn up. So can you just wait till after y'all finals, please? That's all I ask, okay? Now I think we are going to begin to present our graduates, right?
Okay, so will the graduates in the room assemble themselves to my left, your right, the stairway right here, please? And bring your cards with you. We need Yolanda and Lamarck to join us. Come to the top. Okay. Perfect. And sorry to call you Dr. Alvin Roberts. And Dr.
Oh, I've just kicked you out the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this is a little rehearsal for graduation, but as I call you forward, I'll read your name, and then we want to present you with the gift that you can wear at graduation. So, yeah. And we're not going to hold applause until everyone's done. You can clap for every single person. Okay? So, so Glenda Artiga. Takia Williams. Tori Newman Campbell. Frances Verges Rosario. Andrea Desa. Monique Green. Cassandra Johnson. Mariama Jai. Kayla Gomez. Kelsey Gibson. Rachel Robertson. Andrew Greenaway. Jed Gallagher. Tyrell Bells Brown. And last but certainly not least, Clinford Anglade. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Yes, let's give her. And so with that, we will close tonight's festivities. I want to say thank you to all my colleagues for all of their help and all their support. And I should be, I'm forever in their debt for everything that they do, knowing that, we're all a team. And you've heard many of our speakers talk tonight that it takes, working together, being a community to accomplish all the things that not only you're going to accomplish as students and as graduates, but also for us as folks who are out in the professional world. So, hopefully use this as a model when you go out into your job, that you're working with the people you work with, and you're working well and building that community that extends beyond your time on the college campus. So again, thank you to everyone for all your support with this, and it'll be bigger and better next year. So thank you.
So now the torch has been passed on to you. It is your turn and your time to pay it forward. To God be the glory.